And the header read by Ramon. I, Ayaka, am the narrator. As the scene begins, Alice sits down with the other three characters who are at a large table set out under a tree. The Dormouse is asleep, and Marcher and Heather, who are having tea, are using the creature for a cushion.
No room! No room!
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Well, it wasn't very civil of you to offer.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your tea. It is late for a great many more than 30.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Come, we shall have some fun now. I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean to say that's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just well say, I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep. It's the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
Dormouse, it is the same with you. What day of the month is it? I think my pocket watch is not working.
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gone into it as well. I told you should have put it with a bread knife.
It was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but it doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why shouldn't it? Does your watch tell the year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it stays in the same year for such a long time together.
Which is just the same case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
All right.
I think you do something better with it than wasting it asking riddles with no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare you never even spoken of time.
Perhaps not, but I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that counts for it. He will not stand beating. Now, if you only kept good terms with him, he'd do almost everything you like. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning, just in time to begin lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling 1:30. Time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
That would be grand. Certainly. But then I shouldn't be hungry for it. You know,
Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you like.
is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad. It was a great concert, given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing. You know the song, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
It goes on, you know, in this way.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Well, I'd hardly finished at first, when the Queen bawled, "He's murdering time! Off with his head!"
How dreadfully savage.
And ever since, he would not do anything I ask. It's always 7 o'clock.
Is that why so many tea things are put out here?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time. I may have no time to wash the dishes between whiles.
Then you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as the things get used up.
What happens when you come back to the beginning again?
Oh, I suppose we change the subject. I'm getting tired of this. I vote the young lady tells us a story.
I'm afraid I don't know one.
Then the Dormouse shout! Wake up, Dormouse!
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's even done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly. They lived in the bottom of a well. What did they live on? They lived on a treacle. They couldn't have done that, you know. They'd have been ill, though they were very ill. What why did they live at the bottom of the well?
Have some more tea?
I haven't had anything yet, so I can't take any more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
But Dormice, why did they live at the bottom of the well? It was a treacle well. There's no such thing.
Shh.
If you can't be civil, you'd better finish the story for yourself. No, please go on. I won't interrupt again. You dare say there may be one? One, indeed. So the three little sisters, they were learning to draw, you know. What did they draw? But I don't understand. Where did they draw the treacle from?
You can draw water out of a water well, so I think you can draw a treacle out of a treacle well. Stupid!
But Dormouse, they were in the well. Of course they were well in. They were learning to draw. They drew all manners of things, everything that starts with an M. Why with an M?
Why not?
That starts with an M, such as a mousetrap, the moon, and memory, and muchness. You know you say things are much of a muchness? Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness? Really? Now you ask me. I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
This piece of rudeness is more than Alice can bear. She gets up in great disgust and walks off. The Dormouse falls asleep instantly, and neither of the others takes the least notice of her going, though she looks back once or twice, hoping that they will call after her. The last time she sees them, they are trying to put the Dormouse into the teapot. At any rate, I'll never go back there again. It's the stupidest teapot I ever was at in my whole entire life. However, this tea party is no stranger than